For years, Andrew Collins told himself the same thing. I just don't have time right now, he said it when he was 25, dreaming of starting a business. He said it at 30, when he wanted to learn a new skill. He even said it at 39, looking at the untouched tools in his garage. Time became his excuse, his shield, and his strange sort of comfort. Andrew lived a perfectly normal life in a quiet town outside Raleigh, North Carolina. He was married with 2 kids and had a steady operations job at a logistics company. By all measures, he wasn't failing. But he wasn't moving forward, either. Life felt like a constant loop. Wake up, rush the kids to school, work a long day, come home exhausted, and then repeat. Every single night, Andrew would promise himself that tomorrow would be different, but tomorrow never was. He had fallen for a lie that so many of us learn to believe, that successful people just magically have more time. He thought once the kids were older, once work slowed down, once things were just a little bit easier, then he would finally start, but ease never arrived. Instead, responsibilities grew heavier, and his dreams faded into quiet background noise. The turning point came on a sunny Saturday afternoon at his uncle's 60th birthday party. During the celebration, his uncle stood up, raised his glass, and offered a piece of advice. He said, "If I could give you younger guys one piece of advice, it's this: stop waiting for time. Time doesn't just show up, you have to show up." Andrew laughed politely with everyone else, but inside, something cracked. Later that evening, as the party was winding down, Andrew found his uncle alone for a moment. He asked him, "Do you regret anything?" His uncle didn't even hesitate. "Yes," he said, his voice quiet but firm. Waiting too long to try, that simple, honest answer followed Andrew all the way home. It echoed in his mind long after he'd put the kids to bed. That night, Andrew couldn't sleep. He went out to the garage and just sat there, surrounded by the ghosts of his ambitions. Old business ideas scribbled on notepads were collecting dust. Tools for projects he'd never started hung on the wall, untouched. He looked down at his own hands and whispered to the empty garage, "If time isn't the problem, then what is?" The answer that surfaced scared him. It was fear. Fear of failing in front of everyone. Fear of wasting what little energy he had. And the deepest fear of all, the fear of discovering that his best years were already behind him. He realized that blaming time was just so much easier than facing his own fear. So, right there, in the quiet of his garage, Andrew didn't make some grand, life-altering announcement. He didn't quit his job or mortgage the house. He made a small, almost insignificant rule for himself. No more waiting for free time, he was going to create it. He committed to waking up just 45 minutes earlier every single weekday. That was it. No phone, no email, no news, just 45 minutes of pure, uninterrupted focus on his own goals. The first week was brutal. He was exhausted, irritable, and filled with doubt. He nearly gave up a dozen times, but then something surprising happened. Those 45 minutes started to feel sacred. They were his. They were the one part of the day that wasn't for his boss, his family, or his obligations. It was time he had claimed for himself. Now, you have to understand, nothing amazing happened right away. There was no sudden breakthrough, no praise from anyone, no money rolling in. It was just quiet, consistent, and often boring effort. A month in, Andrew almost quit for good. He felt like he was just spinning his wheels, getting nowhere. And then he had a powerful realization. Consistency feels completely pointless right before it becomes powerful. So he kept going. He stayed with it. 3 months later, doubt came roaring back louder than ever. He'd scroll online and see people who seemed younger, faster, and way more successful. That old familiar voice returned, whispering in his ear, "You're too late. You've missed your chance." He almost believed it. But this time, he fought back. He reframed the thought. Instead of "I'm too late," he told himself, "Late effort is better than a lifetime of perfect regret." That simple phrase became his mantra. Then, one ordinary evening, he took a small leap. He shared a piece of his work publicly for the very first time. It wasn't anything huge. It didn't go viral. He didn't become an overnight sensation. But someone responded, and then another, and then another. It wasn't applause he received. It was connection. People related to what he was doing, and for the first time, that felt like enough. Over the next few months, Andrew noticed an unexpected shift. He wasn't just doing the work anymore. He was becoming someone new. He felt more confident, more intentional in his daily life, and more present with his family. His kids noticed it, too. One night at dinner, his son looked at him and said, "You're happier, Dad." Andrew smiled. He wasn't happier because his life had suddenly gotten easier. He was happier because his life was finally aligned with who he wanted to be. A year after that decision in the garage, Andrew took a calculated risk. He reduced his hours at his day job. It was scary, but it wasn't a reckless fantasy. He was building a new reality for himself, slowly and deliberately, one 45-minute block at a time. He learned the truth about time. He didn't magically find more of it. He just stopped wasting the time he already had. And that, in the end, changed everything. If you're sitting there right now, waiting for the perfect time to appear, I want you to hear this. Stop. Time doesn't arrive like a guest at your door. It's a territory that must be claimed. And the very moment you stop blaming time for your inaction is the moment your real life begins to move forward. Thank you for watching.